Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, its waves crashing, wild and infinite, as the sun sets across the horizon. Before you lies a horizon of possibilities, but you feel paralyzed. What separates those who take the plunge and ride the waves to distant shores from those stranded on the shoreline, watching life's treasures slip away? This audiobook is your invitation, a call to awaken the secret discipline inside you, the millionaire mindset that transforms ordinary dreams into extraordinary realities. Not a myth, not a magic pill, but a disciplined way of thinking, a guarded path walked daily by those who claim success as their birthright. Here begins your transformation, where grit meets grace and thought becomes triumph. This is not just motivation, this is the secret discipline that guarantees success. Ready to change your life? Then let's dive deep into the mindset that creates millionaires. Chapter 1: The Foundation of Wealth. Mindset as the blueprint. The moment you wake up tomorrow morning, your mind will begin to shape the day ahead. In those first quiet moments, before the world noise pulls at you, a silent conversation unfolds inside your head. That inner voice, the one that either whispers encouragement or shouts doubt, is the architect of your life. It builds invisible blueprints for everything you do, everything you become, and when it comes to success, the kind that fills your life with freedom, abundance, and joy, this internal blueprint matters more than every tactic, every shortcut, every external factor combined. Imagine for a moment if you could redesign this blueprint. If you could tear down the walls built by fear, insecurity, and self-doubt, and replace them with foundations forged from steadfast belief, clear vision, and unwavering confidence. This is the beginning of the millionaire mindset, a secret discipline that, once mastered, guarantees a transformation not only in wealth, but in the very core of who you are. You don't become a millionaire by chance. You become one because you think like a millionaire. The foundation of wealth is not in your bank account, it's in the way you see the world, yourself, and your potential. It's the quiet discipline of shaping your thoughts daily, of choosing to build strength where there was weakness, resilience where there was defeat, and faith where there was doubt. There is a story I want you to hold close. It's about a man named Marcus. Not a name you'd find in glossy magazines or flashy headlines, but in the quiet corners of persistence. Marcus started with nothing but a belief so strong it eclipsed the fear around him. Growing up, he faced endless obstacles, lack of money, education, and support. But every morning he told himself one thing: I am worthy of wealth. I am capable of growth. No matter the setbacks, he rewired his thinking one choice at a time, until that belief became an unshakable foundation. Marcus's story is not unique because of the specifics, but because of the truth it reveals. Your mind is the birthplace of all fortune. It sets the stage where your actions perform. When you build your it around success, money becomes a natural consequence, not a distant dream. This foundation is the invisible architecture of your life. It influences how you respond to challenges, which opportunities you notice, even how much risk you're willing to take. A limiting mindset acts like an invisible ceiling, capping every effort, every dream, before it has a chance to fly. But a millionaire mindset shatters that ceiling, brick by brick. The first step in this discipline is awareness. Begin to observe your thoughts. Are they encouraging or defeating? Do they lift you forward or hold you back? This moment of reflection is where true transformation begins. Only by knowing the landscape of your mind can you start to map new routes to success. You also must understand that this work is not a one-time event, but a lifelong commitment. Just as a gardener tends daily to plants, pruning here, watering there, you will nurture your thoughts continuously. This consistency becomes your superpower. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. One of the profound insights you'll embrace on this journey is that your self-image controls your capacity to succeed. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, who loses, who never has enough, that image will manifest reality. Conversely, envisioning yourself as a resourceful, abundant, resilient person rewires your brain to act accordingly. This isn't mere positive thinking, it's brain science meeting soul work, the true alchemy of success. Reflect on this. Every great achievement in history began as a belief held true by someone who refused to let doubt win. The poet who wrote verses that changed hearts, the entrepreneur who built empires from a single idea, the leader who inspired millions, all started with one disciplined thought: I can, I will, I am worthy. So now, as you stand at the threshold of this audiobook journey, the question you must ask yourself is simple. What blueprints have you been building up to this moment? Without judgment, without fear, just honest curiosity. What stories do you tell yourself about money, success, and your worthiness? Aware of these stories, you are empowered to rewrite them. Your mind is a blank slate each morning, ready for new, richer possibilities. The discipline begins here, in deliberate thought, in daily choice, in the quiet but relentless power to believe that you are designed for abundance. Your thoughts will shape your emotions, your actions, and ultimately, your world. This is the secret no one tells you up front. Success is not owned by luck or privilege, but by those who sculpt their inner world with discipline and courage. Feel the weight of this moment. It is not small. It is your awakening. Each thought you nurture is a seed planted in the soil of your future. What kind of forest do you want to grow? As you breathe in this beginning, know one thing clearly. Wealth is not just numbers in a bank. It is a state of mind, a discipline that cultivates confidence, clarity, and courage. The Millionaire Mindset is the foundation, the blueprint upon which all success is built. In the next chapter, we will explore the unparalleled power of focus, how to protect this precious blueprint from noise, doubt, and distraction, and how laser-sharp attention is the tool that turns vision into reality. For now, let this truth settle deep. Your mind is the true currency. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. And with discipline, the secret discipline, you hold the key to unlock a future beyond your wildest imagination. Chapter 2. The Discipline of Focus. Guarding your vision. Imagine walking through a bustling city, filled with flashing signs, chattering crowds, and endless distractions pulling at your attention, like hands grasping for your every thought. Now, imagine trying to find a single glowing lighthouse across that chaos. A beacon calling you home, promising safety, direction, and purpose. That lighthouse is your vision. Your focus is a beam of light cutting through the noise, guiding you steadily forward. Focus is the secret discipline that separates those who reach their dreams from those who watch opportunities fade away. It is a muscle, a skill, and above all, a choice. Every day, from the moment you open your eyes, your attention is under attack. Social media, doubts, temptations, and fears all scream for your mental currency, but where you invest your focus, you invest your power. Consider Sofia, a young entrepreneur with endless ideas but a scattered mind. Her days were a patchwork of half-finished projects, new shiny distractions, and overwhelming to-do lists. Her vision of success blurred under the weight of confusion, until one day she vowed to discipline her focus like a warrior guarding a sacred treasure. Sofia began simple, choosing one goal to focus on daily, cutting out multitasking and ruthlessly saying no to distractions. Slowly but surely, that devoted attention turned chaos into clarity, and clarity into measurable progress. Months later, Her once fragmented dreams shaped into a thriving business, sustained by a mind trained to focus with precision and purpose. This discipline you're about to embrace demands the same courage to set boundaries, to honor your vision, and to defend your mental space fiercely. You will learn to protect the purity of your focus like a rare gem, because it is the foundation of all lasting achievement. Mental clutter is not just frustrating, it is a silent assassin of your dreams. Fragmented attention breeds indecision, self-doubt, and burnout. When you scatter your energy between too many directions, nothing reaches full expression. Focus gathers every drop of your mental strength into a river, powerful enough to carve mountains and create paths where none existed before. Because focus is not just about elimination, it's about devotion. It's showing up daily for your purpose with intention and love. It's about building sacred rituals that anchor your concentration, whether through morning routines, dedicated work blocks, or mindful pauses that restore your mental clarity. Deep inside our modern world, where distractions multiply like wildfire, focus becomes a revolutionary act. It defies the norm of scattered attention and shallow engagement. It calls you back to yourself, to your deepest desires, your creativity, and your highest purpose. Reflect on this. How many great ideas have you lost in the noise? How many dreams faded because your attention was divided? Every distraction that pulls you away is a thief in the night, stealing from the rich store of your potential. But the discipline of focus also gifts you something rare, a sense of peace amid chaos. When your attention rests wholly on one thing, the world simplifies, decisions clarify, and energy flows freely. You enter a rhythm that feels effortless, yet deeply productive. It's the flow state that artists, athletes, and great leaders know, a place where time dissolves and your best work emerges naturally. In this chapter, you won't just learn strategies for focus, you will embody a mindset that treasures your vision above fleeting pleasures. You will train your mental muscles to say no boldly, to pause thoughtfully, and to engage wholeheartedly only with what truly serves your highest goals. This discipline also means guarding your environment, the spaces where your mind works and rests. Every choice, from the company you keep to the devices you use, shapes your ability to concentrate and thrive. Millionaires surround themselves with order and intention, crafting habitats that encourage deep work and inspire clarity. More importantly, focus demands patience. Results won't appear overnight, and distractions won't vanish like magic. This journey is about return after return, deliberate redirection, and unwavering commitment. Like a lone archer steadily drawing the bowstring, you'll learn to aim through doubts and distractions until your arrow flies true. Imagine your vision growing brighter each day as your focus sharpens like a laser beam. The blurred lines of uncertainty fade, replaced by a clear path forward. You'll begin to notice small victories, the joy of completing tasks, the energy of sustained effort, the excitement of progress embodied. Sofia's story is a beacon, but so too are countless others who quietly, persistently chose focus, from inventors who spent years perfecting their craft, to writers who carved out hours daily in silent rooms. Focus is the common thread weaving dreams into reality. At this moment, ask yourself, where is my focus right now? What visions am I letting slip through my fingers? What distractions am I unconsciously feeding while my dreams wait patiently for my attention? With awareness comes power. Turning your gaze inward, you can identify these subtle leaks and begin the discipline of reclaiming your energy and attention. This isn't just strategy, it's a radical act of self-respect and love toward your future self. By mastering focus, you do more than finish tasks. You deepen your connection to your purpose. You transform potential into performance, hesitation into action, and dreams into reality. This is the quiet strength of champions, the daily grit of millionaires. As this chapter closes, feel the weight of your own power. Your precious ability to focus is a priceless asset, handcrafted for your greatest dreams. Protect it, nurture it. Let it be the lighthouse that guides you through every storm. In the next chapter, we dive into an often misunderstood ally on this journey: failure. You'll discover how embracing your setbacks with courage and wisdom becomes a secret weapon fueling unstoppable success. For now, carry this truth with you. Focus is your fiercest friend and fiercest guardian. Where your mind goes, your life flows. And with focused discipline, there is no limit to the heights you can reach. Chapter 3: Embracing Failure, the Hidden Teacher. Failure. The word alone can tighten the chest, cloud the mind, and steal the breath from your dreams. It looms like a shadow over ambition, whispering doubts, magnifying fears. But what if failure isn't the enemy? What if, instead, it is a fierce teacher, a necessary guide on the road to success? What if the millionaire mindset depends not on avoiding failure, but on embracing it fully with courage, insight, and grace? Picture a sculptor chiseling a masterpiece from a rugged block of marble. Neither the first strike nor the second is perfect. Each chip, each fall of stone, is a vital step toward beauty, a step that requires patience and trust in the process. Your failures are the chips falling away, shaping, refining the extraordinary within you. This chapter invites you to transform your relationship with failure, to see it not as a stop sign or a verdict, but as an essential, even sacred part of growth. We'll explore how every setback carries a hidden gift, a lesson folded inside discomfort, a spark of resilience waiting to ignite. Consider the story of Elena, a visionary who invested countless hours and all her savings in a startup that ultimately collapsed. Her world crumbled, and so did her confidence. But inside despair, she made a decision to learn rather than to lose. She studied every misstep, every decision, turning them into powerful insights. Years later, Elena launched a second company. This time, her foundation was not just hope, but experience, the distilled wisdom born of failure. Her business thrived, but more importantly, her mindset had shifted from fearing mistakes to welcoming them. Each failure had been a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. The millionaire mindset embraces this truth. Failure is feedback, the raw data life gives you to recalibrate, rethink, and re-engage. It is the refuse of the unwise, but the fertilizer of the wise. Why does fear of failure grip so tightly? Because loss hurts, pride balks, and society often stigmatizes mistakes. But rich or poor, famous or unknown, every successful person has worn failure like armor. They've walked through the fire and emerged tempered, stronger, and wiser. Imagine failure as a mountain peak that must be climbed to see the broader horizon of possibility. The higher you climb, the more terrifying the ascent, but the richer the view. You cannot shortcut this journey. The millionaire discipline is to face these climbs with resilience, curiosity, and courage, learning to dance with the falls instead of fearing the fall itself. This discipline cultivates emotional strength, not numbness, but a steady heart that can hold disappointment without breaking, that can transform pain into fuel. It teaches you how to reframe the story you tell yourself, changing "I failed" into "I am learning." There's a profound spiritual depth here too. Failure invites humility, grounding you in your humanity, opening space for growth beyond ego. It humbles without defeating. It strips away illusions and forces a brutal honesty essential for genuine transformation. Pause for a moment. Reflect on the failures in your own life. Which ones still sting? Which ones have you avoided facing? What if those very moments, when seen through a different lens, are the greatest gifts you've ever received? This chapter doesn't promise you won't fail again. Instead, it arms you with the mindset to fail forward, to use each fall as a step upward. It encourages you to meet failure with open eyes and an open heart, to ask, what is this teaching me? How can I rise smarter, stronger, and more aligned? Success unwrapping itself from failure is not a contradiction, it's a sacred paradox. It's the relentless heartbeat beneath every victory. Without failure, you would never truly understand the strength of your own will or the depth of your desire. Feel the power of this shift. To embrace failure is to embrace your full journey, authentic and unfiltered. It's to claim your right to grow, to mess up, and to persist regardless. It's the secret weapon of every millionaire, to see every no not as an end, but as a beckoning door to what's next. As you carry this awareness forward, remember Elena's choice to learn, to rise, to persist. This chapter hands you that same mantle. Failure once feared now becomes your teacher, your guide, your ally. In the next chapter, we turn to the ritual of daily growth, the small yet mighty habits that transform lives one step at a time. You will discover how consistent, purposeful action builds unstoppable momentum toward your dreams. For now, hold this truth close. Failure is not your defeat, but your greatest opportunity. When you dance with it, you embody the spirit of the truly successful, bold, resilient, and destined to rise. Chapter 4. The Ritual of Daily Growth. Small steps, giant leaps. Each morning breaks like a quiet promise, an unopened gift filled with possibility. In these early moments before the world clamors for your attention, lies a sacred space where your greatest power waits, the power of daily choice. Imagine the ripple that begins when a single stone drops into still water, spreading waves far beyond what the eye can see. Just like that stone, the small habits you build each day create unstoppable momentum, carrying you toward your highest dreams. This chapter unfolds the secret discipline of daily growth, the humble ritual that turns ordinary moments into a powerful journey of transformation. It is not grand gestures or sudden bursts of effort that seal lasting success, but the steady flame of consistent action, a devotion to improvement, no matter how small. Consider Jamal, a man who dreamed of writing a book, but felt overwhelmed by the sheer size of the task. He decided to write a single sentence each day. One sentence every morning. Days turned to weeks, and weeks to months. That small ritual, repeated faithfully, built a chapter, then another. Before long, Jamal held a finished manuscript, the product, not of frenzy, but of steady daily growth. The Millionaire Mindset embraces this principle with reverence. Wealth isn't a lightning strike, it is a slow, deliberate dawn that awakens the giant within. The discipline of daily growth is where this awakening begins, in the consistent investment of time, energy, and attention. Why does this simple concept work so profoundly? Because it aligns with who you truly are, not someone seeking instant miracles, but a human being capable of steady evolution. Your brain, your habits, your identity, all respond to repetition. Each day you practice a new habit. Each day you feed your mind with new learning. You sculpt yourself closer to the person who can realize your grandest visions. This discipline requires patience and kindness. You will stumble, you will falter, but each return to your ritual builds resilience. This is the rhythm of real growth, a sacred dance between effort and rest, persistence and renewal. Think about the times in your own life when a steady effort paid off. The skill you mastered, the relationship you deepened, the challenge you overcame. What if you could apply that same patient resolve to the area that matters? Your mind, your finances, your health, your dreams. Daily growth is also a declaration of self-respect. It is saying to yourself, I am worthy of this time and attention. It rewires your identity from someone who hopes for change to someone who takes responsibility for it. This shift, small as it may seem, is fundamental because success is not delegated to luck or chance. It is the harvest of disciplined, intentional steps taken long before anyone notices. Imagine the power of stacking wisdom, skill, and confidence day by day. Each moment compounds, invisible yet unstoppable, like seeds buried deep in fertile soil, waiting for the right season to bloom into abundance. This ritual becomes your foundation, a source of calm in chaos. It anchors you when distractions assault your mind, reminding you that greatness is crafted quietly, persistently, away from the noise. As Jamal's story shows, the act of daily growth is deeply personal but universally true. Whether you want to build a business, cultivate health, deepen relationships, or expand your mind, the principle stands unwavering. I invite you now to reflect. What daily habit could you commit to that honors your vision? What small action, taken consistently, would move the needle of your life? This moment of reflection is your first step toward living a life shaped by intentional growth. Remember, this is not about perfection. The rituals that create millionaires are not flashy or grandiose. They are simple. They are steadfast. They are profoundly human. As you close this chapter, hold this truth close. Every giant leap is made from countless small steps. The discipline of daily growth turns dreams from distant hopes into lived realities. It is the sacred string weaving your story into a tapestry of undeniable success. In the next chapter, we explore a transformative shift, the cultivation of abundance beyond scarcity. You will learn how changing the way you see the world opens doors to opportunities you never imagined possible. For now, rest in the steady power of your daily choices. They are the invisible architects of your future, the quiet flames lighting the path to your most magnificent self. Chapter 5. Cultivating Abundance. Beyond scarcity thinking. The world you live in is shaped by the lens through which you view it. Imagine two people standing in the same garden. One sees barren soil, dry and empty. The other sees fertile ground, teeming with unseen life and endless potential. This difference in perception is not mere optimism. It is the essence of abundance versus scarcity. Scarcity is a whisper of fear that tells you there is never enough. It tightens the chest, narrows the mind, and drains the spirit. Abundance, on the other hand, sings a song of plenty, growth, and infinite possibility. To cultivate the millionaire mindset, you must learn to embrace abundance, not just as an idea, but as a daily, living practice that reshapes your reality. Picture Maya, a woman raised in a world where not enough was the unspoken truth. Money, time, love, all seemed scarce and fiercely guarded. For years, Maya carried this scarcity like a shadow, limiting every decision, every dream. But one day, she chose to see differently. She decided to water the soil of her life with gratitude, generosity, and faith in possibility. That shift did not erase challenges overnight, but it transformed Maya's experience. Doors began to open, relationships deepened, and opportunities multiplied. Her embrace of abundance created a ripple effect that expanded far beyond her bank account. It touched her spirit, her mindset, and the very rhythm of her daily life. This chapter invites you to walk that same path, to recognize how scarcity thinking has limited you, and to begin nurturing the expansive, fertile ground of abundance within. It isn't about ignoring reality or pretending life is perfect. It is about choosing to focus on what grows, what multiplies, and what returns, rather than what is missing. Scarcity feels urgent. It pressures you into fear-based decisions, shrinking your vision and clutching tightly at what you have. Abundance feels expansive. It opens your heart and mind to trust, to take risks, and to believe that there is always more to create, share, and receive. One powerful way to cultivate abundance is through gratitude. Gratitude turns what you have into enough and more. It reprograms your nervous system to notice wealth rather than lack. Each day, even in small ways, giving thanks for what's present in your life invites more blessings, more richness into your reality. Generosity deepens this effect. Giving, whether it's time, resources, love, or kindness, creates a flow. It disrupts scarcity's grip by proving that the more you share, the more you receive. This flow of energy, invisible yet palpable, is a cornerstone of the millionaire mindset. Imagine abundance as a garden tending itself when properly nurtured. You plant seeds of positive thought, sow acts of gratitude, water with generosity, and watch as your life blooms in ways you never imagined. The discipline here is daily, a conscious choice to see the world through eyes of possibility. Abundance also shifts how you respond to setbacks. In scarcity, obstacles feel like threats, signs of loss, or reasons to give up. In abundance, challenges are opportunities to learn, to pivot, and to expand. This perspective fuels resilience and creativity. Consider the powerful impact of language too. The words you use, even in silent inner dialogues, shape your experience. Replace "I can't afford" with "How can I invest wisely?" or "There's never enough time" with "Where can I focus my energy today?" These subtle shifts realign your mind toward growth. This mindset does not reject pragmatism. It honors reality while refusing to be trapped by it. It empowers you to act boldly, knowing that the universe is generous and that your potential is far greater than limitation suggests. Your task now is to notice where scarcity shows up in your thinking. Is it in your relationship with money, time, opportunity, love? And then, gently and with kindness, begin to choose abundance. Nurture it like a garden patiently awaiting spring. Hold close the truth that wealth is not a zero-sum game. Another's success is not your loss. Abundance invites you to celebrate others' wins, to collaborate, and to trust in the infinite nature of opportunity. This practice may be unfamiliar, even uncomfortable at first, but with daily discipline, gratitude, generosity, and mindful thought, it becomes a powerful force, transforming your inside world and the outside reality that reflects it. As this chapter closes, imagine yourself standing in that garden again, this time aware of the rich soil beneath your feet, the sun on your face, and the vast potential of the seeds you choose to plant. Feel the expansion in your heart as you open abundance not as an idea, but as your lived truth. In the next chapter, we enter the realm of emotional mastery, the subtle but crucial discipline of managing feelings that influence every decision, every action on your path to success. For now, carry this with you. Abundance is your birthright. To live richly, you must first think richly. Choose to see the infinite potential within and around you, and watch your world transform in response. Chapter 6. The Power of Emotional Mastery. Wealth beyond numbers. Emotions are the fierce currents beneath your surface, shaping every thought, every choice, every moment of your day. Imagine feeling a storm rising, waves crashing inside you, swaying your decisions like a fragile boat. Now imagine mastering that storm, calming the waves, steering steadily toward your dreams with unwavering certainty. This is the power of emotional mastery, a secret discipline woven deeply into the millionaire mindset. We often think of success as a puzzle of numbers, strategies, or external moves. But beneath all that lies an invisible force, your emotions. They color how you see challenges and victories, how you interact with others, and how resilient you become in the face of setbacks. Mastery over your emotional world is as vital as financial savvy. Without it, wealth remains fragile, fleeting, and often hollow. Consider Leo, a man who built an empire from nothing but vision and drive. Yet for years he wrestled with anxiety and self-doubt that threatened to unravel everything he created. His breakthrough came when he began to understand not just his market, but himself, recognizing triggers, naming fears, and learning to shift his emotional state deliberately. Leo's journey was not about suppressing feelings, but about becoming a skillful navigator of his emotional landscape. He learned to transform anxiety into focus, fear into calculated risk, frustration into creativity. This emotional alchemy changed everything. It stabilized his decisions, strengthened relationships, and fueled a confidence rooted not in ego but in self-awareness. Emotional mastery is neither denial nor avoidance. It is radical acceptance, an honest look at your feelings without judgment or resistance, followed by the intentional choice to respond with wisdom. It is the ability to pause before reaction, to listen deeply within, and to choose the emotional energy that serves your greatest good. Imagine standing before a mirror that reflects not just your external appearance, but your inner emotional state, your fears, aspirations, and unresolved tensions. A disciplined mind sees clearly what lies beneath the surface and meets it with compassion and courage. This clarity becomes a refuge in storms, guiding every step toward success. Emotions influence the decisions that build or break wealth more profoundly than any market trend or business plan. They can lead you to reckless choices born of desperation or wise risks, sparked by confident calm. Millionaires know this and invest deeply in emotional intelligence, the cornerstone of sustainable achievement. You're invited now to engage in a deep, honest reflection. How do your emotions currently guide your actions? Are there feelings you avoid or let control you? What happens when stress, fear, or anger rise? Do you react impulsively or respond deliberately? This awareness is your first tool of mastery. Without it, emotions remain wild horses running your life. With it, they become powerful allies pulling you toward your vision. Another vital aspect of emotional mastery is resilience, the ability to recover from hardship with grace and strength. Resilience isn't an innate trait, but a discipline you cultivate by facing challenges with openness, learning from pain, and nurturing hope. From countless stories of success emerges a tuneful truth. Those who master their emotions endure longer, adapt faster, and inspire more deeply. They don't deny setbacks or fears. They feel and transcend them. But you will also discover the quiet power of emotional regulation, the practice of calming your nervous system, cultivating mindfulness, and embracing moments of stillness. These practices build a foundation for clear thinking and purposeful action. Imagine this: every time you find calm in chaos, every moment you choose patience over rage, reflection over reaction, you grow stronger, more centered. You build wealth, not only in assets, but in emotional fortitude, a wealth that outlasts markets and multiplies joy. Emotional mastery deepens your capacity for empathy and connection, essential for building meaningful relationships both in business and life. It allows you to listen beyond words, to understand deeper needs, and to lead with heart and clarity. Feel the profound freedom in this truth. Mastering your emotions frees you from invisible chains. It invites you to live fully, to engage boldly, and to create fearlessly. It is the bridge from surviving to thriving. As we close this chapter, hold this reflection close. Your emotional world is not a liability, but your greatest asset. With discipline, self-awareness, and compassion, you transform raw feelings into refined power, the kind of power that shapes lives and legacies.
In the next chapter, we will explore the multiplier effect of connections, how the relationships you build act as catalysts for growth, success, and happiness.
For now, embrace your emotions as teachers and guides. Tend to your inner world as carefully as your external goals. Because true wealth begins where money ends, in the mastery of your own heart and mind. Chapter 7. Building Networks. The multiplier effect of connections. Picture a single candle flickering against the dark. Now imagine that flame kindled by dozens, then hundreds, until a radiant bonfire blazes, lighting an entire landscape. This powerful image reveals the secret strength of networks, the living, breathing web of relationships that multiply your impact, amplify your energy, and open doors impossible to unlock alone. In the journey toward lasting wealth and success, your connections are not merely incidental. They are catalysts, dynamic forces that accelerate growth in ways pure effort cannot achieve. The Millionaire Mindset understands this profoundly. Building authentic, purposeful networks is not about collecting names or exchanging business cards. It is about creating lasting, mutually enriching bonds that uplift, challenge, and inspire. Consider David and Sarah, two entrepreneurs who started separately, each navigating the rocky terrain of building their visions. They chose to connect, to share knowledge, to support one another. Their collaboration led not just to shared success, but to an expanding circle of allies, partners, mentors, and collaborators who multiplied their reach far beyond what either could have accomplished alone. This chapter guides you to see networking anew, not as a chore or a corporate game, but as a heartfelt discipline grounded in generosity, trust, and authentic human connection. It is the art of weaving a fabric so strong, so vibrant, that it carries you forward when the road feels heavy or uncertain. The foundation of this discipline begins with intention. Millionaires build networks with clear purpose, surrounding themselves with people who uplift their values, challenge their thinking, and expand their vision. These relationships become the fertile soil in which your ideas take root and flourish. Authenticity is paramount. True connections arise when you offer not only what you can gain, but what you can give. Generosity, kindness, and genuine interest in others create trust. Trust then becomes the kernel of powerful networks, enabling collaboration, support, and shared opportunity. Imagine the subtle yet profound power of being known, not just as a name or a title, but as a person of integrity and vision. This standing invites possibilities, new clients, partnerships, mentorship, and access to resources that textbooks and tactics can never supply on their own. Networking also challenges isolation, the silent obstacle many face. Success can feel lonely, yet when you build a network grounded in encouragement and diversity, you find strength in collective wisdom and shared courage. Reflect on your own circle. Who inspires you? Who challenges you? Who lifts your spirits in difficult times? These are the seeds of a strong network. Identify where to nurture these connections and where to seek out new relationships aligned with your highest goals. Building networks demands active listening, a discipline often overlooked. Listening deeply uncovers others' needs, dreams, and potential collaborations. It transforms conversations from shallow exchanges into meaningful dialogues, rich with possibility. The Millionaire Mindset treats these interactions as sacred moments, opportunities to plant seeds of trust, to grow rapport, and to nurture long-term alliances. Remember, the richest networks are not built overnight, but cultivated with patience, consistency, and care. How you show up matters profoundly. Reliability, kindness, and authenticity form the solid pillars supporting these connections. As you invest emotionally and intellectually, your network becomes a mirror reflecting your commitment and values. Visualize your network like a garden packed with diverse plants, each contributing its unique beauty and strength. Some relationships provide shade in stressful times, others offer nourishment through mentorship, while some bring vibrant new ideas that spark growth. Tending this garden requires time, attention, and honesty, and the returns are profound. Networks create multiplier effects, where one connection leads to many, where opportunities expand exponentially, and where support cushions the inevitable challenges of the entrepreneurial path. As this chapter closes, envision your network as your greatest asset, a living, breathing ecosystem that thrives on care, authenticity, and generosity. This web of connections is not a tool or a tactic, but a vital, dynamic force pulling you toward your highest potential. In the next chapter, we turn to the discipline of financial literacy, a language of money that empowers you to steward your wealth with confidence and mastery. For now, hold this truth close. No one builds an empire alone. Your relationships, cultivated with intention and heart, are the luminous flames lighting the way forward. Nurture them, trust them, and watch as your world expands beyond what you ever dreamed possible. Chapter 8. The Discipline of Financial Literacy. Speak the language of money. Money speaks a language few truly understand, a language that once learned unlocks doors that once seemed forever closed. Imagine standing before a grand gate inscribed with symbols and words unknown to you. Without a key, you can only guess what lies behind. But with fluency, the gate swings open, revealing vast landscapes of opportunity, power, and freedom. This chapter reveals the secret discipline that empowers you to speak money's language fluently. Financial literacy. It is not just about numbers. It is about mastery over your resources, your choices, and ultimately, your life's direction. Think of Maya, a woman who inherited debt and confusion about money. For years, finances felt like a shadow, looming, confusing, and uncontrollable. But she committed to learning, reading, asking, and practicing. Over time, the mysterious symbols became clear formulas. The confusing terms became tools in her hands. Maya transformed her fear into confidence and scarcity into abundance. Financial literacy is the rhythm behind every smart decision. From investing wisely to managing risks, from saving intentionally to spending purposefully. It is the discipline that shifts you from reacting to money's demands to directing where your money goes and how it grows. At its core, financial literacy means understanding your own money story. How do you view wealth? How do you feel about money? These questions reveal beliefs, often hidden beneath surface struggles, beliefs that can either limit or liberate you. Gaining clarity here is the first step toward transformation. But financial literacy also means grasping practical concepts. The difference between assets that build wealth and liabilities that drain it, the importance of budgeting, the power of compound interest, and the risks and rewards of investment. This knowledge arms you to make decisions aligned with your goals rather than impulses or fear. Imagine managing your money as a skilled captain steers a ship, charting courses through storms and calm seas alike. Financial literacy gives you the maps, the instruments, and the confidence to navigate uncharted waters and seize new opportunities. More than just control, it breeds freedom, a freedom to create, to take risks thoughtfully, and to design the lifestyle you desire. Yet, this freedom comes not from luck, but from daily discipline, learning, adapting, and applying principles that build and protect wealth. This discipline invites humility and curiosity. The financial world evolves constantly. Markets shift, laws change, and new tools emerge. The millionaire mindset embraces lifelong learning here, knowing that stagnation breeds vulnerability, while education fosters empowerment. Consider the ripple effect. Financial literacy doesn't just change your bank balance, it transforms how you view yourself, your worthiness, and your future. It breaks chains of scarcity thinking and ignites a mindset of abundance grounded in knowledge. Pause now and reflect. Where are you on this journey? What beliefs and habits around money serve you, and which hold you back? How might greater knowledge and clarity transform not just your finances, but your entire life experience? As you move forward, commit to curiosity, patience, and persistence. Let financial literacy become a daily creation, a ritual of reading, reflecting, and adjusting. Each step you take here compounds into lasting security and peace. This chapter does not promise easy answers, but offers a key practice, speaking money's language clearly and confidently. By doing so, you transform your relationship with wealth from fear and confusion into power and purpose. As we close, envision yourself breaking through that grand gate, stepping boldly into a future where money is not a mystery, but your ally. Know that this discipline, paired with emotional mastery and focus, anchors your path to true financial freedom. Next, we explore the discipline of giving, the paradoxical power of generosity that multiplies wealth in unexpected, profound ways. For now, hold fast to this truth. Financial literacy is the foundation on which all sustainable success is built. Speak money's language with wisdom and courage, and watch your world expand beyond limits once thought insurmountable. Chapter 9. Giving as a Practice. The Paradox of Wealth. Imagine a river flowing endlessly, its waters giving life to every shore it touches. Now picture a river that stops, dammed by fear or scarcity, drying out the land and withering the roots of growth. This living image captures a profound truth about wealth. It is not a fortress to guard, but a current to flow with. Giving, generous, intentional, and consistent giving is the secret river that nourishes abundance beyond measure. This chapter opens a door to the paradox that has shaped countless millionaires. In giving, we receive far more. It is a practice that transcends money and spills into kindness, time, energy, and spirit. This is not about charity from a place of lack or guilt, but a disciplined abundance that multiplies returns in ways the eye cannot see. Think of Isaac, a man who built his fortune, yet found true wealth only when he embraced giving as a daily ritual. At first, it was small, helping a neighbor, donating a portion of his income, sharing knowledge freely. Over time, this giving became a magnet, attracting goodwill, opportunities, and partnerships that transformed his life and legacy. This discipline transforms wealth from a static possession into a living cycle, flowing out and returning renewed, richer, and more vibrant. It invites you to release tight fists and open your heart to the dance of generosity and gratitude. The millionaire mindset views giving through a lens of trust. Trust that the universe works in cycles, that abundance is infinite, and that your contributions foster growth far beyond what you can measure. This trust frees you from scarcity's grip, allowing kindness and courage to bloom. Giving is also an act of leadership. It signals confidence, vision, and a belief in shared success. When you give, you build relationships grounded in generosity, not transaction communities that amplify your impact and embody your values. Imagine a world where your wealth serves as a wellspring, not a reservoir walled off by fear or suspicion. Every act of giving ripples outward, touching lives, creating hope and birthing possibilities. This is the flow of true wealth, sustained not by accumulation, but by perpetuation. This chapter calls you to explore giving not as an obligation, but as a discipline, a daily practice that rewires your mindset from guarding to growing. Giving develops emotional richness, inviting joy, gratitude, and fulfillment that far exceed any financial measure. Reflect now. What can you give today? How can your resources, money, time, skills, compassion, become seeds planted in fertile soil? Notice how even small acts, when practiced with intention, accumulate into profound change. Giving also demands vulnerability, the courage to open your hands, to risk generosity without immediate return. Yet in this vulnerability lies authentic power. The discipline of giving teaches surrender to flow and the courage to believe in abundance as a force greater than fear. Stories abound of those whose fortunes doubled, tripled, or soared when generosity became their guiding principle. But more so, their lives became rich with meaning, purpose, and connection, qualities that money alone cannot buy. As this chapter closes, imagine yourself as part of this endless river, giving, receiving, growing and transforming. Feel the deep satisfaction that arises from contributing beyond self, from being a source of light in others' lives. In the next chapter, we explore the ultimate compass of wealth, purpose. Discover how aligning your discipline with a vision larger than self creates a legacy that transcends time. For now, carry this truth like a precious gift. Giving is not a loss, but the greatest gain. It is the echoing heartbeat of abundance, a rhythm that sustains life, wealth, and joy in immeasurable ways. Chapter 10. The Vision Beyond Wealth. Purpose as your North Star. Close your eyes and imagine standing beneath a vast night sky, a canopy of infinite stars twinkling with possibility. Somewhere up there, shining brighter than the rest, burns your true purpose, a guiding light that calls you forward, steady and unwavering. This purpose is more than a goal. It is the heartbeat of your millionaire mindset, the force that turns wealth from a fleeting achievement into a meaningful legacy. This final chapter invites you into the transformative power of purpose, the ultimate discipline that aligns every thought, action, and choice. Wealth without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, drifting through seas that shift with every tide. But when your wealth serves a higher mission, it becomes a compass, a beacon that illuminates every step on your journey. Consider Aisha, who amassed vast riches but found her life hollow until she discovered a cause that stirred her soul: education for underserved communities. Her wealth became fuel, not final destination. With every dollar, every hour invested in this purpose, she found profound fulfillment and a joy no balance sheet could measure. Purpose refines your discipline. It transforms focus into passion, resilience into relentless pursuit, and giving into legacy building. When you wake each day with a clear why, obstacles shrink, motivation surges, and success takes on new shape, woven with meaning and service. This discipline calls you to look inward with courage and honesty. What ignites your spirit? What contribution do you wish to leave behind? Your answers become the North Star, steady in storms, guiding through uncertainty, lighting the path that wealth alone cannot reveal. Purpose also deepens your connection to others. It invites collaboration, empathy, and the creation of communities built on shared values. Millionaires with purpose lead not just with assets, but with heart. They inspire movements, uplift voices, and spark change that echoes beyond their lifetime. Imagine your wealth as a river flowing toward the ocean of your greater mission, with purpose directing its course. Every ripple matters. Each decision, each act of discipline, feeds into a legacy that transcends material gain, impacting lives, shaping futures, and fulfilling dreams far grander than your individual success. This journey toward purpose is deeply personal, yet universal. It is a call to integrate all that you have learned: the mindset, the focus, the resilience, the generosity, into a coherent, living whole. Here, wealth becomes a tool for transformation, not only in your life, but in the world you touch. As you reflect, consider how your own vision can evolve beyond accumulation to contribution. What ways can your life's work resonate with meaning, service, and joy? This inquiry is not merely philosophical, it is practical, vital, and urgent. Embodying purpose requires ongoing discipline, reflection, realignment, and courage to choose meaning over comfort, impact over ease. It asks you to hold wealth lightly, using it as a means to create ripples of positive change that expand in scope and significance. Purpose is the soul of true success, the pulse that keeps your millionaire mindset vibrant and authentic. Without it, achievements may glitter, but lack depth. With it, every accomplishment becomes a note in a symphony of legacy and love. As this chapter and our journey draws to a close, hold this truth in your heart: the millionaire mindset is not just about what you earn, but about who you become and the difference you make. Your discipline, your vision, your purpose are intertwined threads, creating a tapestry that tells your unique story. Look up to your North Star now. Let it fill you with calm certainty and fierce excitement. The path ahead is yours to walk, rich with promise and profound transformation. Carry forward the disciplines you have learned: the power of belief, focus, resilience, growth, abundance, emotional mastery, authentic connection, financial wisdom, and generous giving, all anchored by purpose. This is your legacy, unfolding moment by moment, action by action. Wealth is not the destination. It is the vehicle. Purpose is the road, the wind, and the horizon. Align with it, and you will not only succeed, you will inspire, uplift, and illuminate the way for others. Thank you for journeying here. The path is yours now. Step boldly, live deeply, and let your millionaire mindset be the light that shapes your extraordinary life. Chapter 11: Sustaining the Millionaire Mindset. The journey continues. The path to lasting success is not a straight line, but a winding journey through peaks and valleys, moments of clarity and periods of doubt. Imagine a fire that burns steadily through the night, sometimes bright and vibrant, sometimes flickering, but never extinguished. This fire is the millionaire mindset, a living discipline that requires tending, renewal, and fierce commitment. Welcome to the next phase, sustaining the mindset that guarantees success, not just once, but for a lifetime. This chapter lays the foundation for your ongoing voyage. Mastering the millionaire mindset is not a finish line, but a lifelong practice. It evolves as you do, requiring continual attention, reflection, and adjustment. Here, the focus shifts from initial discovery to durable resilience, the ability to maintain your vision, your discipline, and your purpose, no matter what storms arise. Consider Elena, a woman who achieved great wealth early in her career, but faced a crossroads when life tested her resolve. Instead of resting on past achievements, she embraced the challenge to sustain and grow her mindset daily. Through rituals of mindfulness, learning, and community, she kept her inner fire alive, navigating setbacks with grace and emerging stronger each time. Sustaining your millionaire mindset means building habits that reinforce your growth and protect you from complacency. It means cultivating flexibility to adapt without losing sight of your core values. Most importantly, it means nurturing patience, the deep understanding that greatness unfolds in seasons, not seconds. The discipline here centers on three pillars: reflection, renewal, and intentionality. Reflection invites you to pause and review your progress, celebrate wins, and confront areas needing growth. Renewal replenishes your energy and passion through rest, inspiration, and connection. Intentionality keeps your actions aligned with your greater vision, avoiding drift and distraction. Imagine this ongoing process as tending a garden throughout the year, planting, pruning, watering, and protecting it through changing weather. Your mindset thrives not because of a one-time effort, but through consistent care and dote. Sustaining also requires community. The journey is rarely meant to be solitary. Surround yourself with mentors, peers, and supportive networks who challenge and uplift you. Share your story, exchange wisdom, and remember that even the strongest leaders rely on others to hold their vision steady. At times, setbacks will test your endurance, but within these challenges lies an opportunity to deepen your discipline, reaffirm your purpose, and grow beyond your previous limits. The millionaire mindset is flexible, but unbreakable. Pause now and ask yourself, how will you nurture your mindset in the long run? What daily, weekly, or monthly practices will keep your vision clear and your passion burning? What relationships will you cultivate to inspire and sustain you? This chapter invites you to embrace your journey as ongoing, vibrant, and filled with possibility. Your millionaire mindset is not a destination, but a way of living, a compass guiding you through every triumph and trial with unwavering faith. Carry forward the lessons of focus, resilience, growth, abundance, emotional mastery, generosity, and purpose. These are your tools, your allies, your inner sanctum. As we close this chapter and this journey, remember, the fire within is yours to tend. No matter what arises outside, your disciplined mindset can be the steady flame that transforms obstacles into opportunities and ambitions into realities. Look ahead with calm readiness, fierce determination, and deep gratitude. The millionaire mindset is not just a chapter in your life. It is the story you continue to write with every breath and every choice. Thank you for walking this path. The journey continues, and your best chapters await. Chapter 12. The Legacy of Discipline. Your millionaire mindset lives. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest, watching a mighty tree stretch its branches high into the sky. Its roots run deep, unseen but unshakable, grounding it against every storm. This tree is your legacy, a life shaped by discipline, purpose, and an unwavering millionaire mindset that will ripple through generations long after today. This chapter invites you to consider the power of legacy, not simply as what you leave behind, but as the living imprint of your choices, discipline, and vision. Your mindset is more than a tool. It is a seed planted in fertile soil, destined to grow into a canopy of lasting impact. Legacy begins with a question. How will your life inspire, empower, and transform beyond your own journey? The millionaire mindset is incomplete until it embraces this higher calling, to build, to nurture, to influence with wisdom and grace. Consider the story of Marcus and Lena, partners who built wealth not only in assets but in relationships, values, and purpose. They saw their discipline as stewardship responsibility to their family, community, and the world. Their legacy wasn't measured by numbers, but by lives changed, opportunities created, and hope ignited. This chapter grounds you in reflection and clarity. It asks you to look beyond immediate success and envision the enduring mark you wish to make. To craft a legacy, you must live your discipline daily, not for praise or accumulation, but as a sacred commitment to something greater than yourself. Legacy dances with time. It is a thread through history, weaving today's choices with future generations. Your millionaire mindset, when lived authentically, becomes a blueprint, a beacon drawing others toward growth, abundance, and meaning. The discipline here is intentionality, living with awareness that every decision shapes your story. It is cultivating character, teaching values, and building foundations that others can stand upon. A true legacy requires humility, generosity, and the courage to lead by example. Imagine the ripple effect. One act of discipline influencing a child, a colleague, a community. Your mindset becomes a living guidepost, carried forward by those whose lives you touch. This is the ultimate success, a life that resonates far beyond your own. Pause and ask yourself, what legacy are you building now? How will your discipline, your values, and your vision echo through time? What stories will others tell of your courage and commitment? Legacy also calls for resilience and adaptability. Knowing your vision will grow and shift, but your foundation of discipline will remain steadfast. It is both an inheritance and a gift, passed with love and responsibility. Closing this chapter and this profound journey, embrace your role as architect of your legacy. Your millionaire mindset is not a fleeting flame, but an eternal light, illuminating paths yet unseen. Carry this truth as you move forward. Wealth without legacy is hollow, but legacy born of disciplined mindset is immortal. Live fully, lead wisely, and let your life be a testament to the power of disciplined thought, action, and heart. The story you write today is the story that will inspire centuries. Be bold, be wise, be limitless. Your legacy begins now.